Twitch.
Okay, that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. How y'all doing? You gotta step into it. It's your account, right?
Huh? Yeah, it's my account.
You gotta talk to your people. It's your
I'm
account.
just setting
My
up.
account.
What do you want me to do?
Hey man, follow me
I
on
can't
Instagram.
do
Metro with
everything.
2 O's. It's okay. Hey man, it's alright. Go to my page. Laugh. I got skits. Metro with 2 O's. You know what happened? Alright, cool. Let's start the pen. Yeah. She's streaming. Oh, you gotta say hi to.
Anybody came in here with guys?
Alright,
Oh, yeah.
how's everybody doing?
We're streaming that stuff, so.
What's up? Y'all look great in your cosplays. Yeah.
You look great.
I appreciate it. I'm just not cosplaying, that's the thing. I had a cosplay problem for like the second year ago. Bro, they sent me like the first piece and it's just like.
We were supposed to do Attack on Titan, but they only sent us half a harness, so.
Yeah, so.
Sorry.
It is what it is. But we got the concept. I got the PowerPoint and we ready. And yeah, y'all are here to learn editing, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So we about to teach you editing. And if for whatever reason in this PowerPoint we don't cover the things you're asking for, just ask us the questions when we're done. And yeah, I might have the answer. I'm not Jesus Christ, so I wouldn't have every last answer, but I would have a good amount of answers. Yeah.
Shit.
You said
Oh.
Twitch and everything is streaming?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Hey man, we're streaming. You flipped it so I can see myself.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that's just double awkward. I'm an awkward dude. Add me on Instagram, Metro with 2 O's. Alright, cool. I'm gonna wait for her to say that one.
There we go.
How y'all liking the convention so far?
Great, man. Love the lines.
Appreciate it. Yeah. The heat. The heat is crazy. Bro, I've never seen anything like it. It's crazy. Exactly. I've been building for a long time.
80 degrees, man.
I'm from Maryland. I live in Miami now, so I'm more used to it. Like I'm more used to like what is it? I thought it was like what like a shit. Like I have no money. Alright.
We don't even have a microphone.
We don't. We just got our voices, and that's good. Because you need to use your voice. Say what?
Take the microphone from another room.
It's not gonna work. How the audio gonna connect? How you gonna do that? How we gonna do that?
Okay, you want me to take over?
Yeah. My last word is hello, everybody. How y'all doing? All right.
Thank you so much for coming to our panel. Okay, as y'all know, filming and editing is hard. It's hard as fuck, let's be honest. It's complicated, and we are here to simplify it for all of you guys, because I personally was taught from other creators how to film and edit my content, and the way they taught me, I was able to digest it in a way that I could understand it. But let's be real, these YouTube tutorials, you know, they're cool, but you know, as somebody who's a visual learner, somebody who wants more simple things, it's just OD. Like we got all these diction words, this and that. I mean, this you probably went to school for filming, right?
I did. Yeah.
They got like these special diction words, like you gotta use this type of da 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 da, and I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Right?
I will say like
Huh?
there's a obviously since they created schools for it. Like I graduated from NYU, and it's just like it pissed me off being there because it's just like it's a lot of like big wording and all these processes and rules regarding this, that, and the third. But you really can just simplify it. You got people that watch a piece of content and break it down in a way where it's just like, why did we have to break it down like that? Why can't we just? They were very serious. Everybody was uptight. All their, the collars were all, everybody's necks were condensed because everybody was all just. It was just. They were very anal about everything. It was very laid back, and I was just like, bro, just chill out, bro. Have a C4. It's brought to you by C4. We
Oh, yeah. So we are, I don't know if y'all can tell, but
Like
this
that.
panel is sponsored by C4 and Production Crate. They do VFX, audio effects, 3D rendering. We'll get into that. But first, let's do a little icebreaker. So, how y'all liking DreamCon so far? Did y'all watch that basketball game? Yo, hey, that white boy, the pump fake, and then they got up, like, go in the corner.
There was only one white boy. You said white boy as if it's.
I mean, like, I don't know what he literally like saved the game. I don't know his name. Sorry.
Oh, that's good.
He's white though, so that helps.
White boy. White boy did a good job yesterday. Shout out to white boy. Hey. But yeah, so we ice breaking. A little about ourselves. Jazzy, go first because you're on the left hand side of the thing, so we'll just do it.
So I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm sponsored by C4. I'm gonna just let you guys know that.
It's a lot of cans.
Which, by the way, you guys are free to grab a can and stuff like
I
that.
can't say that in a room full of black people and it's not enough for all the black people.
I mean, okay, now.
See?
Whoever wants one, listen, this is busted, okay? And I'm not saying this comes sponsored by C4. I'm
That's usually what okay.
Use code Jazzberry for 20% off C4.
Told you. Told you. People are migrating.
Oh my God.
I'm going to take I said it. I don't even know if it tastes that good. Brought to you by C4. Sorry, the rest of the black people. What happened is what happened. I knew it was gonna happen. But yeah.
So, actually, I was supposed to have 4 cases of C4, and the post office lost the packages. And I went to the supplement store, and they only had one. Like, this is how, I'm not even lying. This is like how good C4 is. They only had one package of this. This is a new flavor, Smart Energy, and stuff like that. So I'm sorry, but we had like the 4 packages, but I think the post office was like, nah, we're gonna take this. So.
I mean, I
R.I.P.
ain't never really drank it like that, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. C4.
No, you gotta try it now. No, try it right now.
It's 0 sugar.
Just try it. Just try it.
All right, cool.
And a live taste test Metro.
You gonna get the real from me. A lot of people just fake it and say it tastes good, but if it don't, you gonna see it in my face.
Oh, this is good. I got a good flavor.
I'm screaming everything. Okay, who wants my C4? Listen, alrighty.
Wait, I didn't finish myself.
Oh,
listen,
okay.
I'm not just C4. I'm not the C4 girl. So a little bit about me. I used to play college basketball before I was a content creator, and I used to stream before I became a content creator. And then Twitch banned my account. I don't know what I should be saying on the stream, but they banned my account, and then from there I went on to TikTok, and then that's how I got into content creation. So some backstory about me. Metro, what you got?
You said they banned your account? Streaming on Twitch too? They gotta ban this one too.
I made a new account. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. Okay, Metro, rules have
Like
changed.
4 or 5 seconds, this account. Go on, listen. Alright. I am a content creator, comedian, actor, director. Got into animation, trying to go into music now. I do a lot of stuff. I just really like entertainment altogether, and editing falls into the direction that is. It's pretty much just morphing in what it is you're trying to make to the people that consume it. Towards the beginning of what I guess would have started my career, I used to be a Viner, if anybody's familiar. I made videos at school with my teacher and stuff. I was that guy. If you still don't know me, I have a meme. If you see that one on the left, and there was a video where like somebody threw a water bottle in a room, asked if he had any special talents. I'm that guy.
That's why he's Metro with 2 O's.
Yeah, because everybody talking about Metro Boomin. I came up with the name first. I put Metro with 2 O's to. It's a long story, but yes, that's me. I've grown, but yeah, cool. Let's get into it. Oh wait, also.
No, wait, go ahead.
I also, just work with businesses and stuff along the lines of content creation. Work with businesses like BLK, Twisted Tea. I've worked with Manscaped, the company about balls. It's them. If you don't like it, just email them to change their mission statement. It's about balls. So yeah, you got a ball. We all got. Well, not everybody. Listen, I want to talk about it. Delete that footage when we edit it. It's live right now.
We
You said it's live right now.
we can't edit the live.
All right,
That's Metro with 2 O's.
let them delete. They gotta delete the account. I'm gonna email them to delete the account. But yeah, we here. Cool. Let's just go into the lesson. I can switch this up.
Yeah. Hold on.
Right now.
Yeah, I got it. Just second ago.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna take over. Actually, I'm gonna stand up because it's hot. It's hot in here. I don't know if you're like me. I'm the kind of person that likes to use their body to explain things and stuff. So, before you guys even touch a camera or a phone or anything that records, you need to know how to light yourself up or light your set up. Otherwise, you're gonna look like trash. The video coming out trash. Don't ever be a content creator. Just go hide under a rock if you don't know the light. So, first things first. You have natural lighting versus set lighting. Obviously, one is outside, one is inside, right? However, natural lighting, for me, if you're like my skin tone or a little bit lighter, I don't know if you really got no male people in here, but if you're around those skin tones, It's ideal to shoot on an overcast day for equal and consistent lighting. Golden hour times, that's for people with melanin, and you know, that is best to shoot because warmer lighting is ideal for darker skin tones and darker undertones. Cooler lighting is ideal for my skin tone and white skin tones. Undertones also play key to picking out the lighting that makes your skin glow. So for example, if I were to use a warm light, I would turn out orange or red because I don't have a red undertone, I have a yellow undertone. That is why I use more like cooler lighting, or I'll blend the lightings together. Also, you always light the background first. So if you want to do like a colorful lighting, which I'll show an example afterwards, is you light the backdrop first, and then you light your subject differently. So for example, I would have, if I'm like here, right? You would put 2 lights back here to change the color, right? I would be right here, and then I would have a light at a 45-degree angle up and angling towards me. Another thing is paper backdrops. Paper backdrops are ideal for inside lighting because it helps diffuse the backlight so it doesn't look all like weird and like raunchy and just like cheap. Paper backdrops are cheap as well. They are the best type of material to use when it comes to photography and videography. Do not use cloth. Cloth backdrops are no-go. It's very hard to get even lighting with cloth backdrops, and I would know because I experimented with this and it was horrible. And then for me, I don't really have a paper backdrop because I live in a little studio. So I use anime posters, you know, swag out my background, or I use fog. So fog will also diffuse the lighting and blend it a lot better. And let's see some examples. So this was shot outside, overcast day. So as you can see, well, can we get it? Thanks. So, can you pause it? Yes, that's pause it. Okay, so as you can see, I shot this around 4 to 5 p.m. I live in Los Angeles. As you can see, the sunlight is coming above me, and it was more evened out. You see like how my skin is glowing, the colors are popping out. You see, I purposely chose a yellow C4 can because I knew it would pop out with the with the cooler background and stuff. That is what I mean by like overcast lighting, natural lighting. Can you go to the next slide? So this was indoor lighting. No, just pause it. Okay, so how I did this lighting was, as you can see, my backdrop is literally my curtain that like, I live in a studio, so that's like my patio. That is like a patio covering that came with the apartment. As you can see this little line. You can see that it's like, the lighting is not as glowy as natural lighting for my skin tone. Me personally, I feel like outside colors pop out more. I use a cool lighting set. I just had one light on me. I had one main key light on top of me at a 45-degree angle this way. That is how I got this color. So, to get this type of look, right, because this is a look that trends. Brighter colors trend on social media. That is why if you've ever seen other content creators, even if they have an iPhone or not a camera, their videos still pop out and trend. It's because of the brightness and it's the colors. So as you can see, you can still see kind of the lighting right here, right with my backdrop. I have 2 newer LED lights facing literally this way at the wall. I use a fog machine to diffuse it, so it looks like smoky. Because if I don't use the fog machine, the colors just don't sit properly because I don't have a paper backdrop. The material of my background is cloth. It's actually white, so the light reflects off of it and it gives off this like really, really harsh like reflection at nighttime. That is why I use like a lot of fog. It takes me probably about an hour and a half to film like a little 10-second TikTok reel. Just because I'm like fogging the set, letting it sink out, fogging again, letting it sink out. So this is how I mean with a 3-point lighting. I use a 3-point lighting system. As you can see, that is my main light, the big main light, and then I have 2 newer LED lights directly facing the backdrop. See what I mean by like I have a cloth screen? It doesn't fully cover the outdoor lighting and the material it reflects inside. However, literally this is this video right here. Oh no. Sorry, I don't know why the video is not playing RFG. Basically, the reason why it looks like this is this is shot, behind the scenes from an iPhone. This looks like this because the lens that I use on that camera is an 85mm, which means that it's a zoom lens. And I mean, that's the next slide that I'm about to get into with cameras. Just gonna go to the next slide. Before I get into cameras, does anybody have any questions? Am I going too fast? Is it like simple enough?
Quick question.
Yes.
You're streaming on Twitch right now, right?
Yes.
What would be your handle?
Jazzberry, but 3 guys. Because the original account got blacklisted.
So that's a
Yeah.
G-A-Z going on.
They about to ban my account right now?
Called it. Hey, add me on Instagram before it's too late. Come back with 2 O's.
J-A-Z.
And show the message. I think they already deleted your account.
No, I don't have enough space in the memory card.
They don't got enough space on it.
Jazzy-Chan.
Is there an E in there?
Yes. Alright, this is what y'all paid for. Is the camera. This is gonna change your guys' life.
Sure.
Wait, go back. So, I only have 100K followers. I don't have a lot of followers. I don't have 1 million followers. I am a micro influencer. How did I get my C4 sponsorship? How did I get my contract? It is literally because of my camera. My content is very, very high quality, and that is what makes me stand out from a lot of creators. We're going to talk about beginner-friendly cameras. So, the camera that I use is a Sony a7S III. It is one of the most cinematic cameras. It's also a very, very expensive camera. Also, it's an extremely complex camera. I would not recommend that for a beginner. I had an A7 III before I upgraded to an S3. And actually, that is one of the cameras I recommended for beginners. So, beginner-friendly cameras, which by the way, I've never used anything but a Sony. So I don't know anything about Canon. I don't know anything about like Nikon. I think Nikon's a photography camera, not really a videography camera. But Sony is the best brand to use for videography and for photography. So they said Canon EOS M50 Mark II. I honestly don't know what that is. I'm not gonna lie. I researched this for you guys. We're not gonna talk about that. We can talk about Sony though, which I'm not sponsored by them, but Sony is the best. So Sony Alpha A6400, it is a mirrorless camera known for its excellent autofocus, compact size, 4K video recording. So the difference is, you want a camera that records in 4K, you will need to buy a little memory card that can handle like 4K. The reason why you want 4K is that that is the best quality that you can post on social media. Social media cannot do anything above 4K. So 8K, 10K, 12K, there are cameras like that. You don't need a camera that shoots in 8K if you're doing stuff strictly for social media. So my first camera, like I said, was an A7 III. Oh, keep in mind, they don't tell you this at Best Buy. So you will need a lens. When you buy these cameras, they have a starter lens. Those lenses are trash. Do not use those starter lenses, please. I literally went through that experience, horrible experience. I would recommend 24 millimeter is a, can you switch over? Okay. 24, I'm still blurry, I'm sorry. 24 millimeter is more of a fisheye lens. That is an ideal lens to stream. I don't know if y'all are streamers in here, but if you want to stream on a camera, I would recommend a 24 millimeter lens. 50 millimeter, that is the god lens. That is the lens that you would want. A 50 millimeter is a photography, videography lens. It's not too zoomed in where you have to be like, for example, my camera is an 85. It's extremely zoomed in, meaning that I have to have a lot of distance from me to shoot it, and it's like there's not a lot of angles that I can really work at because of how zoomed it is. A 50 millimeter is two steps below that because they have a 70. A 50 millimeter is 2 steps below an 85, and it's perfect for photography and videography because it is like the middleman. You can keep it at like a short distance and still get a pretty good focus. It will blur out the background, and you'll be able to switch through different angles. And
I guess I would also just
yeah.
add.
Oh, yeah.
I'll also just add, well, since everybody here is interested in like creating content for the most part, if you have like the visions that you have in your mind, for example, if you want something more cinematic, as you see, as you go higher into the millimeters, you get more of a, they call it depth of field, you got like the blur in the back. So the higher, if you want that, you go generally choose a higher lens. If you get a lower lens, then you're gonna get what's on the left. But just know that when you choose between the higher and the lower lens, it's gonna distort, in order for it to do what you want it to do with the background, it's gonna distort your body. So it's almost like when people on the news, they meet them in person, they're like, wow, you fatter in person, because they got a specific lens on.
Yeah, that's the cat fish lens.
Yeah, so that's that.
But he is absolutely right. Yeah, the higher the number, the more blur the background will be, but also the further the camera has to be from the subject because it's a super zoomed in focal point. Next slide. So, tripod recommendations. I would not recommend a plastic tripod for a camera. Cameras are heavy, lenses are heavy. When you go into like a basic lens, a Sigma lens, or a G Master lens, which by the way, G Master and Sigma, those lenses are pretty much like the level up from a regular lens. That is like a Super Saiyan, like a G Master is like the ultimate version. Yes, like that is a G Master lens for Canon. What do they call it for Canon?
For Canon?
Yeah.
For one.
Like you said, it's like a G Master lens.
No, it says Sigma.
Oh, Cinema?
No, Sigma.
Oh, Sigma. Oh, yeah. I mean, Sigma lenses are they're pretty much like a G Master, but they're just not as expensive. Like I said, do not buy a plastic tripod for a camera. Please, please, please. Your tripod will break. If that breaks, your camera will crack. And if that camera cracks, I don't think you can fix it. You would have to like replace the camera. However, I would recommend a metal tripod. So I actually brought my camera out to show you guys. You want a tripod like this. This is a metal tripod. It's compact. I can literally just put it inside my little suitcase. You know, very simple to take apart. Oh, I guess I'm not doing it right. But you want a tripod simple like this. You can get this on Amazon, $50, $60. You can get one from Sammy's Cameras for like $100, but those are like movie set tripods. But like honestly, this literally does the same thing as like an expensive tripod. Oh, and then for an iPhone, you want a tripod like this. This is still a metal tripod. This is not a plastic tripod. You see how like you can move the angles up and down. And then this also comes with a Bluetooth clicker. So I don't know if you guys are like me, where you shoot by yourself. and you don't have somebody taking the photos for you, you want a Bluetooth tripod clicker so that way you can shoot yourself. Because the point is of this class is to do things yourself. The more stuff that you can do on your own as a content creator, the more successful you will be because you will not be relying on anybody else but yourself. That is the point, to be self-sufficient and independent. Oh shit. Damn. Okay, wait, was that the next slide? I was talking about being independent and relying on you.
Alright.
Okay. So, this, okay. Woo! This is the giant. This is the titan right here. Y'all want to know editing with FX, right? This is what we do, the visual effects. So, I'm going to tell you, I use Video Leap. That is the app that I use to edit my stuff. I like Video Leap because I can edit on the go. It allows me to do everything I need to do. And for Production Crate, that is where I find my realistic effects for my videos. I can literally download effects from Production Crate, put them in Video Leap, bada bing, bada boom, the videos are done. Okay, and play the video. So, this was my Flash video. First time I've ever really done Flash, never didn't know what the heck I was doing. I seen my friend do Flash, and I tried to kind of mimic his videos. Oh my god. Metro, what did you do?
Dude, I'm just asking for permission
Wait, hold on.
from Drive.
Lights, then the main light. I meant to add VFX to that, so that's what, I mean that's what videos without VFX look like. So yeah, as you can see, oh my gosh, Metro, this red work, please just
Work my magic. If it goes to a different tab, it wasn't me, it was the AI. Alright, we did that slide
Wait,
right
no,
here?
go back to the other
Okay,
slide.
we go right back.
Okay, see this video is literally this set right here. So I want you guys to be able to have a visual example. So when you guys do this on your own, you will be able to be like, okay, my stuff looks similar.
Wasn't me?
Oh my god.
Roll back the footage. I didn't do it.
Bro, what the
Fix
fuck
that.
is going on?
AI Drake has entered the chat. I think he.
No.
Oh, then it must just be a virus. Let's get out of here.
Laptop is this.
These people laptop, man. You did. What I mean?
What?
I got you, sir. This is brought to you by C4. Listen. Yeah. Hey.
Alright, play the other slide.
All right. Cool. I think this was the
Yeah.
slide.
Okay. So I screen recorded this video. This was my flash.
I'll
video.
raise you to C4 is Amazon's Prime
Here,
Day sale.
no.
Hurry up, it starts right now.
Oh my god.
Oh, you recorded it. That's your recording.
No, it's the computer's lagging. Is it not? Is the computer not lagging?
AI. I don't know. It's lagging, but it gives you time to talk about it.
Yeah, that's just
Okay.
that's CW's problem.
Alright. Let me just pause the video. Okay. So, this is what the VFX, by the way, these VFX are from Production Crate, sponsored by Production Crate. This is what the VFX looks like. When you download it, this is what it looks like. It's not pretty. What the fuck is this? It just looks like some random shit, right? So, something with editing that we have is called layers. Layering. You have to layer effects. That is how all any type of content creator that does visual effects, Caleb, Digital, Metro, Trevor Bell, all those other creators that use visual effects, King Vader, they do stuff called layering. So can you play let's try.
I'll play the video.
Yeah.
Cam, that Dino.
Oh yeah. Cam, Dino, yeah.
Or Amazon's Prime Video. Hurry up, it's starting right now.
Oh, now the video's not playing. Okay. So as you can see, I'm going to take off the VFX so you can see how I put it on there. Okay, I'm keeping track, timing everything, right? Hold that. Okay, boom. See? Taking this layer, taking this, the VFX from this spot, and putting it down. On this is how it looks originally when you open it into an app. As you can see, I'm putting it back in the original spot, or attempting to put it back to the original spot, right? This is what it's going to look like. I kind of messed up, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, damn, I messed up. When you do VFX, when you're trying to put it in the scene spots, you gotta like play around and see what you want it. So you have something called blending. They have different types of blending. Overlay, multiply, screen. When you use a VFX, can you pause the video?
Yeah.
When you use a VFX with black, see how it's black, right? It's not a green screen, it's just technically called a black screen. With black screens, when you overlay it, you can put it in the screen. Black screens are meant to be in its original format, meaning like if the effect is in green screen, you can change the tone, you can change the color of the effect, you can kind of like adjust it. However, when it's in a black screen, it's not meant to be touched whatsoever. It's meant to just literally be pasted where you need it and just let it do its thing.
Does production grade allow you to download things on green screen or like transparent, or are they
Yeah.
only in black and white?
Yeah, they have different versions. So when you use Production Crate, you'll have different download options. For me personally, I use a black screen because I edit on my phone right now, and it's just more convenient. Because with a green screen, you have to like kind of perfect it. Which Metro would. That is why I also prefer black screens because it's just a lot more clean and it flows with everything. And that is. Oh. I think I did a great job.
You're gonna say that in front of all these black people?
I mean, we all black in here, so.
Yes.
So, what you want me to say?
I'm just shocked. Did Twitch get that?
They didn't.
Hey, I be on Instagram, man. This ain't.
Woo! C4, please don't cut me. It's looked out. No, give me. I'm trying to explain the video. Metro.
Wait,
Go towards the end.
hold on, bro. Hold on. Wait, so what is the direction? What is my
I mean, towards
motivation?
the end of the video, I'm trying to explain how the effect looks after putting it on.
Oh, thanks. You should have just asked. Okay, now. All right. All right, stop clicking, man. It's AI. I tried it. It's not clicking. You see it? You can press it yourself. Oh, I did that. Yep.
Metro.
Yeah.
That is what the effect looks like after you overlay it and stuff. You can see how it meshes perfectly back in its original spot. One thing I would say with certain effects, with this video with the flash, I didn't have to keyframe anything. If you want an effect to say, so let's say I did with my Natsu video, I have fire, right? If you're like this and see how you're moving your hands like this and this, whatever effect you use, you have to keyframe the effect to stay in line with your hands. I don't think I have any examples like that, but just keep in mind if you want the effect to follow your body movement, you just have to keyframe it to follow your body. And any questions? Does everybody get this? Does everybody understand me? I'm sorry if I didn't explain it properly and stuff, but this is how I process this information. But I learned from like visuals more so than somebody explaining the process. And I'm a metro.
Alrighty, cool. So, from basically what I'm picking up from everything, my points of being here, basically just to say, obviously it's a lot to take in, like what it is you're probably gonna have to do if you're gonna try and make stuff like this. And in doing that is a lot of inner conflict about, well, what if I don't do this right, this, that, and the third, a lot of overthinking. Well, what camera do I get, what lens do I do? They told me to use this lens, but I don't wanna look fat like the news people, this, that, and the third. So, I think, you just go to the next slide. You got it. There you go, press that button.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm trying to okay. Cool, so I'm bringing it back to the very nitty and gritty. If you're like me, or like I have been as a creator, I've done this for a while now, and if there's one thing I've learned, it's if we think about the things like the camera and the lens and stuff, it's all stuff that costs money. Some people have it, some people don't. But if there's one thing I've learned, I've noticed that you can buy stuff, and all that does is just feed into procrastination. You can buy stuff.
That's good.
Hey man, bars. I came up with bars right
All this stuff.
Hey, I only came with good bars. Listen,
Repeat that one more time.
procrastination. You don't procrastinate if you're buying all these props, you're buying all the cameras and stuff, but you're not filming.
I would
Right?
say, Metro's right. Do not buy a camera. If you are not going to use your camera like every other day, do not buy a camera. I'm literally saying this as somebody who has literally one of the best cameras, right? This thing is probably like three to five K overall, because like the lens, the tripod, the memory card. Like I literally use my savings to invest in this camera.
Imagine spending 5K just to procrastinate. The video you say you wanted to do, you're just looking at your camera while you in your room, just like, dang, I really should have done that 3 years ago. It's alright, it looks good on the shelf over there, but like,
That's
look.
me.
But that's not a good thing. The thing is, we have to stop the procrastination, and we have to get to the filming-ation. I didn't have a good word, so I just filming on an iPhone. All right, and it works. Some of the greatest creators you have seen have made full careers off of their iPhones. The entire Vine era, everybody filmed on his phone, and then there was an era where people started using the DSLRs, and I feel that. I mean, that's not what killed it. It's something totally different that killed it, but it made it look like less, it gave it less of what its real feel was. The phone was classic. It's equally as effective and it's cost efficient. Well, unless you have you don't have an iPhone, then you can film what you got, man. Like, you got an Android, I don't know how Androids work. I hear a lot of crazy stuff. I hear anything that you see on an Android that look like, you got GTA characters on there that look low quality, look like a concentrated GTA character. You gonna have to film like that, alright? They gonna roast your content. I got a friend that they say his stuff look like it's VHS built. Little character, you play it back and you be like, hey, you see that? Yes, in 180p, that's me.
I'm gonna chime in a little bit.
So,
I know Metro just said, if you got an Android, shoot what you got to shoot. But the best quality for a phone is an iPhone. iPhone 12, I would say iPhone 12 and up will get you the best quality. Metro uses a 12 Pro. I use a 14 Pro Max. But then again, I was able to save money and be able to invest in myself. And the whole reason why I spent money on a camera, a new phone, was because I saw this as a full-time career and I took that jump. But if you don't have the luxury to do something like that, I would not recommend that. Use what you have, upgrade your skill set, and then when you have the funds to be able to invest in better products, then I would do that.
which means, though, in theory, it just goes back in a circle. You might have to use the Android. If you got to use what you got, you got to use the Android. What happened?
No, you mentioned, you said you made this a full-time career. How long has it been?
I've been content creating for about a year and a half. I didn't focus on numbers. I wanted to try to find a way to stand out, because honestly, let's be real, there are some girls that are killing it cosplay, killing it with lifestyle, killing it with fashion. We got BBL era, we got girls injecting steroids, and let's honestly be real, right? Oh crap.
Let's get away from my laptop.
Oh my god. I'm a little clumsy, as y'all can see. But let's be real, right? There's always somebody that is going to look better than us online, right? And I'm saying this as a content creator. So if I cannot compete with looks, I cannot compete with numbers. How can I compete in a way that's going to make me stand out? I am probably one of the smallest creators on C4. I'm also one of their first black cosplayers signed to C4. C4 does not, they normally do not sign cosplayers. They're known for They are known for athletes, professional athletes. They just literally did a thing with WWE. They got some rappers. So you know what I mean? Like little old me, 100K. You got like people in the millions, like pushing numbers, signed to a big brand like C4. The reason why I was signed to C4 was because I know how to film my content. I know how to edit my content. I know how to make it professional quality, make it clean cut quality, and I stand out that way. My engagement might not be the best. I don't get millions of views every video I drop, but I work my fucking ass off every time I film and edit, and I make sure my stuff is pristine. So that way, like, it's like the underdog, you know, you gotta work your ass off to get to the top. And a lot of these creators aren't gonna they're not gonna say real shit. They're gonna say what the fuck their managers are force feeding them, or what the fuck their brand is force feeding them. I'm sorry for cussing, this is just how I naturally am. Like, sorry C4. But this is just me. It's just me, like real me as if I'm talking to my best friend, and I want y'all to be successful. I want more black creators to be successful in these spaces. You know, like I want there to be more black, especially black women in these tech spaces. I want more black women to know how to edit. I want more black women to know how to film, because you know what? If you know how to do this, it doesn't fucking matter what number you have. You will get noticed. Hard work will pay off. Sorry to take your spot.
I'll look at it.
It makes a lot of sense. You bring it back into just like hard work. It does mean, to her point, you just have to out hustle, which means, yeah, I get it. Let's bring it back to like the iPhone. I get that you want to have like the greatest looking content, and yes, some brands will put you more in the consideration pile because you have better looking content. But I also say content is king. How do you set yourself aside from other people who just have the same camera as you? Well, it depends on what it is you're trying to do. If you're trying to do comedy, how authentic are you? Are you your best self? Do you just go about things differently than what you've seen on social media? Have you really studied it? Stuff like that. And I feel like if you can do that, it doesn't matter what camera you got. You can even have the VHS phone, to be honest with you. But as people are squinting and trying to see through the real message of what it is you're doing, I'm pretty sure, I mean, I've never seen a VHS video go viral, but the point is, grind until you get to the point where you can get this phone, or, the advanced Android, where it's not just GTA characters. It's what's a better quality? Sims. I don't know. Sims, Fortnite. Fortnite, but listen, I don't want to talk about it. I just know, if you know how to work with what you have, the possibilities are endless. Let's go to the next slide. Boom, you got a question?
Yeah, I don't know if you're actually about to address this, but like with filming with your phone, and like you probably only have this one phone, but you're trying to get different angles. Do you like record at one angle, that whole thing, and then do that, and then?
Yeah, generally. What I've learned is, you just go through whatever it is you need to do it fully on one angle, do it fully on the next angle, and then chop it up. I don't even remember how I used to think it was, how you supposed to, I used to think you do one action of an entire section of something, go to the other camera angle, and then it just wastes a lot of time. So if you know what you're doing on the way in, just shoot it all the way through from one angle, do the same from the other angles. Question?
Yeah, how much does it cost to have Video Link, like the editing software?
Video Link is free, I believe, but I think it's maybe $20 for the year, or $10 a month. Yeah, it's a very, very cheap app. The reason why I like it the most is because the quality of my camera, when you're compressing it from a camera to a phone, some apps cannot handle, because I think I shoot in 4K, I shoot my slow-mo 8K. No, not 8K. High frame rate. Some apps cannot handle the quality. They can't keep it retained, and it will kind of lag it out. Kind of like how we saw when it was AI was AI stuff. It will just kind of damn. What is the word? You know the word? There's a special edition where it goes from a high quality, and you're compressing it to it goes from 4K to 1080.
Sorry, I was startled. You said what? No.
Where it goes from 4K to 1080.
I
It's
just
like a
call it.
social word.
I just call it lag. Internet's backed up. My joint went to 180p. I was watching a 4K video. What just happened? That's what I call it. But you have a question?
On some iPhones, they have the HD quality and then they have the 4K. So 4K is best for editing, you think?
4K is best. 4K is best for editing because if you work with things like, are you familiar with what a jump cut is? Like let's just use this frame, right? I know it's a crazy frame to look at. Let's just use this frame for example. Let's say this is the full frame and it's in 4K. Let's say I didn't have an extra shot where I put the tripod closer to myself, but because of the jump cut, you can just crop the video, mid-video, and just, now I'm closer to myself. 4K is better because you have more quality, which means if you zoom in, you've lost less
Oh,
quality.
sorry.
If
I
you-
know,
alright,
no,
whoa.
but like for a visual example, because this is a jump cut from what you're saying.
Yeah.
This video right here. I don't need to keep, showing like C4 stuff. I'm sure you guys know. I'm sure you guys know sponsor. So what he means by jump cut is see how it's like the same angle,
Yeah.
and then you saw how in the edit it zooms into my face and then it zooms out. That's what a jump cut is.
Yeah, it's like she used the app to do it. There wasn't a human that went in. So if you were using like a 1080p video versus a 4K video, but let's say the 480p video, and it looks generally okay. But as you zoom in, now you're starting to go into GTA character mode. It's just blurry. Where am I? So 4K gives you the most like quality where if you zoom in and you do the jump cut, in the event where you didn't take another shot where you were close to the tripod, you can get away with it because it won't show that the quality's diminished.
Also with zoom cuts, so this video is actually 3 videos that I chopped up into 10 seconds because when you do certain effects, like Metro was saying, you're from a different angle, you have to film that. You put those 3 videos into video leads that I use, and then you just slice it up until you get the stuff that you want, and then it's like cooking. It's like a recipe with all the different videos. Cut it up and just time it with whatever audio you have, whatever effect you're using. So don't think that it's just like 1 or 2 different videos. There are multiple videos like that I purposely film, and I just take the best parts out of those videos and put them together.
Yeah, the further you go into like content creation, you're gonna realize what your start off of what a timeline is and what it is. The more you've gotten used to it, you're gonna start flipping and whipping in the kitchen. You done learn different types of like effects and stuff. That's why I'm just like, I go against what I learned in film school because it's like you can just learn this by just going out there and trying it yourself. They do have protocols and stuff that I guess, okay, it's industry standard, but like we mentioned, we live in a day and age where you can do this yourself. You can really do it, and you can cut the costs of a lot of things. And if in the event you're broke, let's just I'm trying to veer into it. Like for example, let's say you don't have a green screen, you want to do green screen content. I found a fix. I went to the dollar store once and I saw a tablecloth and I was like, hey, it's a little thick, like, screen. Let me see if I can use it for a green screen. I wanted to test it. You could literally, you don't need to have like a grand environment to go ahead and film it. You can film in your house. You don't have to have great lighting. I'm just basically using the lighting of just the living room, standing there trying to film a video and stuff. The entire video I'm about to show you was filmed right here. That's it. And I don't know if I have the caption in it, but it should be that video right there. I hope it plays. If it don't play, then hey man.
Oh shit.
Hey, yeah, just click that. It's gonna play. In that area was how I filmed this video. You just go ahead.
What you doing? What else?
So, yeah, you can really.
Those were all you.
It's all me. So it's like if you just use your imagination, anything that you come up with in your mind can be done. But that's why I'm like, you don't always have to go towards the costly route because that just buys you time to procrastinate on what you're really thinking of. So if you chop down the excuses, I'm sorry to whoever owns the Android in this room who is just probably sitting a little lower because I know it's feeling like GTA in here, man. But look, yeah, so there's that. And that's with a green screen from the dollar store. There have been times where I needed to get content out fast and I bought a green science fair board from like a Michael's Arts and Crafts and filmed. I just don't have the video on me, but yeah, it's like a Mary. If anybody knows, it's like a Mary J. Blige video that I did. I was wearing wigs, and I was playing on camera. Listen, this is brought to you by C4, and yeah, let's do the next slide. I think I got what I wanted to say for that. Yeah. You don't have to have like you can buy a real green screen, and here's another example. Same green screen. Yeah, there was another idea I had. I didn't have other actors that was in my house. So I had an idea where it was like, the wife and the husband, something of that nature. So I just sat in the bed, because it's creative. Sat in the bed, and I guess this is where lighting can come into play, because this green screen if it's up there like that, it's casting a shadow in the back. You have to make sure your lighting is ideal as you finish this video, and then you play the other character, and then you link them both together. This is me in the bed with myself. Pause. So we go from me starting it to what the final edit is. I don't know if I have the full view on it. Go to the next slide. It's a really short video. It's like a Vine, pretty much. That was the. Oh, okay. So basically, you can go up real quick.
Oh.
Yeah, just go. I'll play the video in a second. But basically, if you want to know how this is created, yes, a green screen is involved, but it also involves like a combination of that and another thing for people who they want to just go ahead and learn how to really go after whatever you're doing. I use this thing called draw masking. It's very tedious, but if you have a really complex idea, you could do it. So go to the next slide. So basically, if you want to know where to find draw masking, if you got Final Cut, I pretty much edit on the computer. But I've recently started going in towards the phone, which is faster. Nowadays, if you're on the road, you're not going to expand your whole laptop to go ahead and sit and it's all like turbulent in the car. So now we're trained pretty much to use our phones in the car. We don't have to do that. You can edit it, and the way our phones are, it's powerful as hell. And you can really get a good edit out. Some of my most recent skits were done on my phone, and I'm just like, wow, this is crazy. I remember when we used to be in awe when we were able to change our wallpaper on our phone. Now we have a situation it's getting crazy. So, yeah. If you do use the computer, which is nothing wrong with it, on Final Cut Pro, the thing is called draw masking. How you get to it, you go to the effects section, you go to mask, you go to draw masking. What it will do is it'll allow you to just like draw on the screen what it is you want to cut out. So if in the event you saw that thing where I had the green screen, let's say you didn't have a green screen in that shot. Well, you're just gonna have to go the manual route and draw all over the edge of yourself to cut out the back to create the green screen effect. On Adobe Premiere, you find it in the control section, go to opacity, and then the free draw tool looks like a little pen, and then it allows you to draw on your screen as well. You can cut it out. You can scroll down to the next
Can I
slide.
add something real quick?
Good.
So, Premiere Pro is like more of an intermediate app. You also have to pay for Premiere Pro. It can be a little pricey, but like Metro was saying, if you want to have editing skills like really on par, Premiere Pro is one of the best apps to use. And once you learn how to use it, like it will up your editing game. Like I said, all of our friends use it in their content. Like Vader, Irving, Trevor, they all use Premiere Pro. Even with Caleb Digital, he uses Premiere Pro. That is like the best app to edit your stuff on a computer. Again, it's on a computer. Yes.
So when you do edit in 4K, what specs or like hardware do you like recommend? Like maybe RAM or anything like that?
I wouldn't.
Any special things that you may need?
I mean, I would just say, and I know this sounds basic, but it's connected to RAM. Just make sure your computer's fast. I mean,
basic MacBook would be perfect for it, or a regular gaming computer could work for it.
yeah, that's a good.
So like a graphics.
Like graphic cards is a different level. So like the faster of like your graphic card is or your RAM, the more processed everything would be for you to go into editing.
I will say that, yes, and it also goes hand in hand with why I ended up putting like recent edits for videos on my phone. I just realized my phone is even faster than my computer nowadays. And it's not a crazy processor, but like I use like this little device right here, Surface Pro 7. But I think I got like an i7 processor, which is not bad from my understanding. But that buffer go crazy, man. I'd be going in circles, just trying to check on what GTA doing, and it's not really doing anything for me. It doesn't really move. My phone can knock stuff out fast enough. So it's just like, and we live in the day and age where things gotta be quick moving. So, yeah.
Also, you didn't really I know Zion explained this better. What else did I do? Okay, so a good way to transfer content, whether it's from iPhone or camera, is to use a Google Drive. Normally what I would do, what some of my friends do as well, is we would take the SIM card. This is what a camera SIM card looks like. Take a little SIM card like this out of your camera. Get like a little adapter. Put it in the computer. Take the footage from the camera. Put it on the computer. Drop it in Google Drive. And then boom, bada bing, you can open it in Video Leap or any other apps that you use.
And say you wanted to have an even faster way of doing it. Say you have a MacBook and you have an iPhone. Well, great. All you gotta do is airdrop it to your MacBook. You got it right there. So that's one of the fastest ways I've ever done it. So there's that. Yeah, we can skip past and I'll show you how you. Okay, this is an example of draw masking. We're literally drawing on the screen. I believe the front video was this, and I, drew it out in a way where I can make it so this other person is existing within the same video. Two totally different videos. This one's cut up so it falls into the other one. Now, when you do this, it gets tricky. Like for example, you're dealing with a patterned environment because of the action here. You're gonna see it's a bed. Anything that you do on a bed, on a video, if you're having this type of effect and there's a pattern involved, it's gonna like shift a little. You can get away with it if it's like something short. Well, no, if it's short, you can play over and over and you'll see, okay, oh, I saw that little cosmetic error there. But he's trying to get away with it. It's social media. People got short attention span. They don't really catch this stuff. Some people do. They just block that account because they make you feel bad. But like, listen, the video is there. I have it on the link, so Jazzy, go ahead and click that. It's very short, pretty much a Vine, so it's very quick. Here it is though. Me and myself, live video of it's on TikTok. So yeah. So, just, short ideas, if it's complex, you can really do any idea you have in your mind. You know how to like edit it up. If you're, concerned with the fact that, yeah, you're just learning, but you have some great ideas, that's fine. Start where you know you can, and you'll work your way through it. You don't have to have you don't have to go the tried and true way of doing it. Just start yourself in the editing software today, whether it's CapCut, whether it's Video Leap, any of those things. Find what works for you, and as you find what works for you, you're gonna start realizing you can build this here, and what happens if I move this, and if I flip this, and flip and switch that, and you'll eventually see it gets crazy. We all started small, even like, let's start with like the very basics. Let's say you don't got a tripod. I have friends who, and I myself, I've recorded on a shoebox before. I've recorded on, gotta get that content out, man. By all means. On a shoebox.
I used to record a shoebox on
I was stacking
paper cut, on a lot of different
paper cut?
stuff.
Down bad. Listen. Paper cut, you just gotta, you fell over, bro. Like, come on, bro. Dang, but I feel it. That's alright. But yeah, if you just have that drive in you to get it done, you can get it done. Start from the bottom. As you start from the bottom, and if you have you don't even really have to have much talent, especially nowadays. But if you do have that talent, I mean to really like shots fired.
You're right.
It's kind of true. But I didn't mean to shoot the fire. Shots ain't fired. I didn't mean to do it.
Hot shots are fired.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Ain't no sneak this. It's just the days we're living in. But if you know you got like an idea within you, know it's possible, and know that there's nothing wrong with going through the process to getting to that point. You're gonna be happy with the fact that you did it that way and you did it your way, because you can. Like, you don't have to go through anybody anymore. You could go ahead and drain your entire account and get somebody to go ahead and create your vision for you. But I truly believe, and this is just why I create the way I do, I believe nobody sees your vision as clearly as you do. So if you can learn these skills, you can create things like this. This is exactly how I envisioned it in my head. The poop stain was in the bed, and it was, I wasted time because I had to, it's an artificial poop stain. Like I just drew a little scribble and I put it into the video, but like, I should have like smeared something into the bed for something, not the real thing, but yes. Pause, play, listen guys, but there's that. Editing is a journey. Go at your rate, and it's gonna be a great experience for you.
So, before the Q&A, I wanted to showcase. Okay, I'm gonna unplug this.
Is there any way we can get this beautiful presentation?
No, but My Instagram is Metro with 2 O's. If you ask me for it, I can just send it. I mean, so there's that. If anybody else wants it, just ask for it, DM me for it, and
So I want to show you
it's
guys.
Metro with 2 O's. Yeah.
So, how Metro was saying that we just gotta create. I want to show one of my first, actually, I think it's probably one of my first VFX videos that I ever did in my life, and it was not a fun experience. Because when I look back at it, I'm like, damn, this shit is fucking trash. But you gotta start somewhere, right?
Yeah, that's also how it goes. Like, that's just
You're not
how
gonna
you
be
do it.
good at doing something that you've never done in your life before.
There's this one saying I've heard that has carried me along this way so far. It's just like, you can't do something 1,000 times and get worse at it. If you do, then God just has a target on your back. You're not gonna make it. I'm sorry, but like, yeah, you could. If you just your trial and error, you keep getting back up and you keep on working. You'll become a master of your craft. And there's somebody that I look at. It doesn't have to do with editing, but it's somebody that just did it that way. I look at Michael Jackson that way. That guy was nasty with the craft. That's the smoothest dancer we ever seen in this lifetime. Fun fact, don't hurt me for it. This is a real thing that people tried to beat me up for. I actually didn't know who he was till he died.
How old are you? Anybody else?
Remember this time? I know I've been doing this from like 6th grade.
So seeing content in the last decade, watching it transition from point A to point B in your time, what's the biggest thing that stands out to you?
The biggest thing that stands out to me is, I know this sounds cliche, authenticity. Authenticity is what's going to drag you through and keep you through. And also, through this journey, because anybody that's good now is going to accumulate fame. It's very easy to come across it nowadays, especially on like TikTok and stuff, which you should take advantage of if you think you could like use the cloud to move it. Yeah, I just feel as though, and I lost my train of thought. It's crazy. I was flipping over.
What was the biggest thing?
Authenticity. Oh yeah, just authenticity and just like staying true to who you were as you started. Like I have my own like principles that I said I'm never gonna corrupt this principle because this is what makes my stuff my stuff. And I never really went against it. Yeah, you gotta. It's a long journey, and the more you accumulate, the easier it could be to go ahead and go against your own what you set up for yourself in the beginning.
Set the non-negotiable.
Do you feel like AI is gonna be a huge problem for new content creators in the current round?
Yeah, but if you're a true lover of art, I don't think so. Like for example, I'm not intimidated by AI Drake.
I think it'll be a great. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you this. I think it's gonna be a great assistance to your generation if you pay attention. It will be the best. Let me share this with you. I'm probably the oldest one in this building. I'm 61, but I'm paying attention. And I'm telling you, if you use it as an assistant, as say you know how you have an assistant in an office? If you use it as an assistant, I guarantee you guys will blow up whatever you put your hands to.
No, you're definitely right about being an assistant. It's like Photoshop, they added like generative AI functions where back in the day folks used to have to take like each step and you gotta learn everything over and over. But through time we're gonna be able to use these things to speed up our workflow.
And it's actually text to speech. So when you text to speech, you'll speak to whatever the platform you're using and it will automatically create for you. So with that understanding, this 2023 is the opening of the Pandora box to that dimension. So if you pay attention and use it as an assistant, you'll win. If you get fearful of it, you get into this thing that there's sci-fi, cyborgs and all this kind of craziness, you're going to miss out on what's available.
I have a theory, and it's not really all that related, but it has to do with cyborg, cyclops, android. Listen, the whole thing about the whole robot apocalypse, bro, I think it's just stupid. Because look, you built the robot that decided to go ahead and kill everybody. So That's just how I look at it.
You see what happened earlier?
But it didn't get up and say, I'm tired of this man, or let me.
Well,
Computer didn't do it.
they're playing with, let me tell you what I know for a fact. They're playing with stuff that they shouldn't.
Yeah.
And when they went to the Senate and asked for them to regulate stuff, they're not gonna be fast enough to regulate what's already in motion.
Yeah.
Because the computers aren't.
Alright,
Yeah.
guys, okay,
Wait, yeah,
hey
let's bring it
guys,
back. I'm sorry,
there's
bring it
like 4 people have questions. You had your hand up. What was your question?
So I ran into an issue with YouTube Shorts,
Yeah.
uploading videos that I shot on like 4K or anything like that and edited onto my computer. When trying to upload it through my phone, it never shows up or goes through. So in my phone, I have to reduce the video quality in order to get it uploaded.
Wait, you said you're shooting it in 8K?
Not 8K, 4K.
Your frame rate might be a little too
Too
high or too low. Like I know for me, also I'm not like super knowledgeable in like frame rates and stuff. I'm still kind of intermediate with my camera. I know like I shoot on 125 frame rate, and I think it's something like you know anything about this, do you? It's like something on like TikTok I've learned where it's like you have to double the frame rate or something like that. Like I think like per minute or per second. It's like something with numbers. I don't know per se. Like I can't remember the full thing, but I remember that my friend told me like shoot at 125 frame rate when you shoot regular videos. And when I shoot flash videos, I shoot at a higher frame rate because there's more frames for me to edit and do the VFX because flash is like a very particular type of effect, you know, because it's running and stuff.
Well, let me also like re-grasp what you're saying. You're saying you just had what was the quality of the video?
So 4K, so like I'll shoot on either my camera or I'll shoot on my phone, okay, and I'll edit it on my computer and upload it to my phone that way whenever I want to go or traveling. I can just upload the next video to YouTube Shorts or IG Reels. But whenever I go to upload the video, it doesn't give me the option to upload. It doesn't even show it in the folder. Or when I do click on it, it says for YouTube Shorts it says can't preview this video, meaning it's gonna make it an actual long form video instead of a short. So then in my phone I have to reduce the quality and then it registers it and it allows me to upload the video. So
well, I would say it might have to. I don't know if it's the frame rate. I just think maybe it's taking too big of a file. Like it's
like are you shooting in RAW or JPEG?
Yeah.
Because if we're shooting in RAW, the actual like size of the video is gonna be like more like a full
Sometimes there's specific MP4 like tweaks that'll make it so it doesn't read it the way it should.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So
I say the best option that you can do is you have Premiere Pro, take off Premiere Pro, and then there's when you actually export it, there's options on there that you can actually do TikTok or YouTube Shorts and actually make the right size up. That's the best way I would say for you to be able to transfer it. So once you get ready to put it on your phone, you just send it to yourself, transfer it to yourself, and you'll be able to upload it like that. That's the fastest way.
And honestly, if you want to cut down the time that it takes to do all that, because it sounds like a lot. If you just start it from your phone and edit it from your phone.
Do now because
We live in the days, man. It's possible.
Wait, I think who was first?
She was first, and I'm first.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask her because I wanted to start a channel. But there's a lot of things that I want to do. Do you think I should focus? Because I've seen mostly like YouTubers focusing on one thing, and then maybe they transition to another thing, but they stay on that one thing. Like some people have their gaming, but I don't see much people doing like gaming or vlogging at the same time.
It's best to build your audience with one niche first.
Okay.
And whatever niche you like the most, I would stick with that and then venture off into different things. Like for example, I started out in cosplay stuff. I just started working out because I wanted to get fit and look better. And that transitioned into me having more fitness brands like C4 reaching out to me. But I built my audience in cosplay first. And then I slowly introduced fitness into my audience by posting on my stories, doing polls on my stories, getting my audience involved. Like, hey, I'm also doing fitness. Do y'all want to see fitness content? Dropped a couple fitness videos just to see, like, testing the waters. I would say that's probably the best way to be able to merge different niches into one. Because if you don't have a following and you're just doing like A, B, C, D, the algorithm is not gonna know where to send your content to. But if you have a following, like you do cosplay, okay, I'm gonna send the algorithm. Okay, I'm gonna send your stuff to cosplay, to a cosplay audience. And if in cosplay you add fitness, okay, now I'm gonna add your content to the fitness audience. Or there's anime gym TikTok, which is like cosplay and fitness merged together, and now it's like the algorithm knows where to send your content to.
Yeah, I second that. You gotta have that. You could experiment in the very beginning and then see what gives you the most viewership, because you need to know what'll build your account. If you especially dealing with like time, and you're like, if you want to condense and like get there quicker, find what gets you the most views. Be okay with doing that first until you build an audience. That way, if you build an audience big enough, sometimes, and this is just my theory, I believe, I don't like to bend the rules, but I'd be like, why can't I try this? Like, you could, if you have enough of an audience, maybe you can do all those things you were talking about later on, and now because you have that audience, they're all gonna check it out. But yes, the algorithm does exist, and because the algorithm exists and they won't know who to send what to, there's a way you gotta do things.
And then I would say this as well, because a lot of people don't say this. Don't try to build your audience. Okay, because I see girls do this all the time, and guys do this. If you're posting thirst traps, right, on the gram or something, and you go from like 0 to 100K followers, and you're like, okay, I got the 100K. I don't want to post my ass no more. I don't want to do Bible stuff, right? We've all seen it. We've all seen it. Literally, we have a Black Charter, for example. We literally have all seen it, right? Do not build your audience that way. Don't try to trap an audience into a certain category and then decide once you hit a certain number, you're gonna completely rebrand, because your engagement will not be the same. Those people are following you because they want to see your ass, and also you're doing Bible stuff, they're not gonna engage with your content. It's the same with like, if you're doing basketball, right? And then all of a sudden you wanna post artsy stuff. Your audience followed you because of basketball, not because of your artsy stuff. If you do it the way that I suggested, which is kind of like sticking on one niche and kind of like breadcrumbing the second option and seeing how your audience reacts to that, and seeing if you can merge, the two hobbies together, I would do that. If not, just create a different account, specialized and whatever. So like if you want to be a thirst trapper and then a Bible reader, you can have an account for thirst trapping, and then you can have an account for Bible reading, and it literally separates the audience so that you get good engagement in both accounts.
Yeah, like she said, you could do that route. It will work. You will build the account. But when you start to add the first scripture on your Instagram, we never see the scripture, you're gonna lose a good amount of your audience. You're gonna have the 10% who just love your heart. They're like, wait, let her cook. She going crazy on 1 Corinthians. But there's that. But yeah.
And brands look at engagement. Forgot to mention that. But nowadays there's so many content creators. You want to have good engagement, because like I said, it does not matter about numbers. It matters about consistency and high engagement. Those are the two, and quality. Those are the three things that brands are looking for in creators. Wait, I know you had a question back there.
It was more of a statement, just what you guys were talking about earlier, about like the Android issues or whatever.
Yeah.
Preface, I am a
phone
user.
Oh crap, I thought you were going to say it was Android. Oh shit.
What phone you got? Which phone you got?
I got an iPhone.
Okay, cool.
But just like if you talk to your friend that's using the Android, the issue is not the actual phone, it's the app. Because there's 300 different models to an Android. So when they were creating the apps, they're doing it to kind of like fit the most common denominator, so they lose a lot of quality. So their best bet, if you're using, because Androids actually do have better cameras. The camera itself is better.
So that's what happened.
Just have that person send it to something else. Mostly like the desktop, having even like what you were saying when you're having trouble with shorts, the desktop, usually is gonna work better for you whenever you have an issue with the actual app.
I'm sorry if anybody has Android here.
Yeah, I only really got beef with the green bubble. That's it's not even. It's brought to you by C4. Listen, I don't have problems with Android.
All right. Oh wait, okay. I think you and then you. There was like another person that. Okay. Oh, okay. We'll go this way. So yes. Yeah.
So I was gonna ask, because you talk about changing your content. You have a certain amount of things like that get you a certain amount of subscribers, like fan base or whatever. So I'm just starting out. So how would like it be good if I want to diversify my content? Like would I just kind of throw different things out there and see what sticks? But like I kind of want to keep it. I don't want to stay in like one niche. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, is that good to just start from like off the rip? Like kind of.
If you have under 10K followers, I would say stick to like one niche. Like say I use Instagram. I get the best engagement on Instagram. I'm an Instagram girl. What worked for me is that, and I would say I rebranded myself. I literally went from like thirst trapping to I will admit I went from thirst trapping and I was like, fuck this shit. Like I don't want to do this. This is not fun. I like anime stuff. So I was like, how can I go from thirst trapping to cosplay stuff? And then I was like, oh, cosplay thirst trap, that works. And I was like, nah, this shit's fucking lame. I don't want to do this either. And then I was like, how can I go from this to cosplay stuff? Because there are cosplayers that I look up to that thirst trap, but they still have like nice cosplay content. And what worked for me is I developed how to do VFX, better quality content. I completely just rebranded that way. I kind of like forced my rebrand on my audience, but the reason why it worked for me is because I would stream on Instagram Live and I would just talk about nerdy stuff. I would talk about anime stuff. I would stream on Twitch anime stuff. So it wasn't like oh, I'm a cosplayer now, because a lot of Instagram girls are doing that. They do porn and then all of a sudden they're a fucking cosplayer. I don't know how the fuck that happens, but it's happening now. It's a trend. But I, told my audience, like, I've been an OG, like, animator. I'm not just doing it, just do it. Like, I really fucks with cosplay and anime and video games. And so that's how I was able to, like, rebrand from this, like, raunchy-ass little girl, 18 plus whatever girl, to, like, how I am now, like, with a C4 contract, a production pay contract. I'm working on a Premiere Pro contract. I think in Big Kuru, it's like an anime like lifting. I don't know if you guys have seen like the lifting belts. I'm also working on a contract with them. And like I said, I literally started from like an OF girl to doing stuff like this, and I'm not ashamed to like say that. That's part of my story. But like I said, if you have under 10K followers, I would stick with one niche first. If you're on Instagram or TikTok, you can go live on those apps, right? You can talk to your audience about yourself. Talk about your hobbies. What do you like? Post on your stories. Do questions. Ask your audience, like, hey, I'm interested in basketball. Like, would y'all want to see me drop basketball content? See what your audience says. If your audience is like, hell yeah, we want to see you, like, pause. I would say dribble some balls, but hey, yo. Hey, can I get an A, yo? What? Brought to you by Manscaped.
Oh yeah, Manscaped would have liked that idea. The literal tagline, they sent me a shirt, and it literally says, your balls will thank you. I'm just like, alright. And I'm African, like I put that on in the house. My mom saw that, that's the beatings. You know about the beatings.
They go get that stitch outside.
The stitch? Nah, my parents' weapon of choice is the plastic hanger, because it explodes across the room when they strike. Boom! Yeah.
That's how it basically wants to.
No, but I will say though, one thing that you definitely said that I want to piggyback off of. Yeah, don't be ashamed of your story. Look, just go out there and be yourself. Authenticity sells, and I feel like that's what everybody overlooks. Just be yourself. I believe that everybody, your natural self, you have an audience out there that's waiting for you to just go out there and just, so they can identify with you and just like build with you. So do that, go that route. See what's worked and try and do it your way. Understand that going the independent route takes a lot. You're gonna have to go through a bunch of stuff. You're gonna have to throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. Like
y'all gonna have to go through this. I want to
piggyback off of your Metro. Even if I don't know if anybody here has a disability, but I have dyslexic and all that, doesn't matter if you do have a disability. There's a lot of people out there that would love watching content like that too. And it helps me out with my content because I get to have to engage with people like that. And it turns a different nature for those people that actually make content the same way too.
Everybody's got
So
nice.
just remember that.
It's a big world out there.
And you, I mean, go ahead, sorry.
I was just saying, it's a big world out there. It's like a million of you guys out there somewhere else that wants to just like subscribe to you, follow you. I'm pretty sure things that you think are, let's say like the video that you say you look back at now and you like hate it. There are people that will come back to you.
Like,
But that's
fuck,
it.
man, yeah. This is
Alright,
this is a video. One of my first ever VFX videos. It was so bro, I was like 40 pounds heavier. I know what the heck I was doing. I just remember my friend, he, you ain't from that, but I started out 2 years ago. Started out right like that. It was even this video. Fuck,
I'm not trying to be funny.
That's the green screen outline I was talking about. How it looks like the green marks and stuff.
I'm not trying to be funny, but for the last video with the spinning, there was a comment there that was like, "Yup, I'm never watching Naruto
Bro,
again."
Yeah.
It's not my show. It's not for me.
These guys are not. They're like.
I don't know what I just saw.
Oh, in here, this was. See, but I can see. This was going with a camera, right when I learned how to use it. Before I knew how to do lighting, color correction.
But yeah, start where you start. It may look not the greatest to people who you're pitching it to, but you want to know what you should tell them when they say, "Yo, that was trash." You tell them, "Good, it builds character," and let your character build until you get it. That's how it happens. Wasn't Michael Jordan not good at first? Didn't he get like rejected?
No,
He
got
got
cut.
he got cut. Hey, now he's cutting up a lot now.
Yeah, he got shut down.
He that boy.
He got sent back to JV
Oh.
from varsity as a freshman.
This was the mountain video. But this is my most recent video. This is what got production crews attention. This video right here. When I had this in my house.
I've seen this one.
But you can see the upgrade. Honestly, at one point I was like, man, I fucking suck. And I was like, I suck. Like, but I'm a competitive person. I don't let like basic stuff deter me from wanting to learn. I had people tell me Premiere Pro is too hard for me to learn. I literally had my guy friends tell me, oh, Premiere Pro is too hard for you to learn. I don't think you should learn Premiere Pro. And then now I somewhat understand how to use Premiere Pro. I've had people tell me, oh, you don't need a camera. You don't even know how to use a camera. Camera's too complex. Just use your looks on an iPhone or a tripod. You'll be all right.
And you know what I'll say? I'll say, you know, one thing I noticed about you, you are very resilient. And that is something that you have to, on this journey, you're gonna get the comments that are just like, oh, okay, this ain't it, this, that, you should stop this. It exists for everybody. I don't care who you are, you're gonna get the negative comment. But if you're resilient and you just remember what your vision is, hey, I can tell you so many stories about my friends who are like doing dope panels now and what it was like coming up and the people that just shun them out of their own ability back then. You're the only one that knows what's within you. If you tap into the independence of it, I mean, you don't have to, but we're in the best period of time to do it. I just think we're just like winning the lotto at being birthed, like right now. You know how hard it is to be born? Apparently it's a swimming race. I can't swim. You put me in a pool, a kiddie pool, I'll drown. I managed to drown. But apparently I won a swimming race with 400 trillion other athletes. Sperm. Brought to you by Manscaped. It comes from there. Right?
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, just be you, do you, build character, and yeah, you'll be fine.
And one last thing, I actually had applied for G-Phil. I don't know if y'all know what G-Phil is. You know, G-Phil has streamers, cosplayers. That is like the energy drink for people in this niche, right? They did not want my ass. They literally said, they looked at my content, oh, your content's good, we're gonna sign you. the day I was supposed to get a meeting with G Phil, the manager like literally got fired. Like that's team day. Never heard back from G Phil. Literally got left on red by them. Like I have a lot of guy friends in general that are signed to G Phil. They're like, oh my god, Jazzy, like you do so well with G Phil. Like they don't really have much black cosplayers on there because most of their cosplayers are, you know, a little on the Mayo side. And I get it, they need to fill in the diversity gaps and stuff like that. Never got that call back from G Phil. Never got that call back from G Phil.
I feel like sometimes that's
And
in business though.
C4, my friend, they are actually part of C4 and they're like, Jazz, I think you should apply for C4. They're looking for new creators, right? I was like, I don't know, like, I don't make fitness content. I'm not like the fittest girl. Like, my content is literally just cosplay and VFX, right? And my friend was like, no, just trust me, like, just apply. Like, you don't know what opportunities you are stopping yourself from because you are doubting yourself. So like, all right, you know what? This man's right. I'm gonna apply. What do I know? Literally, C4 is like, you're signed. Had a meeting with the head of influencers for C4. You know what he said? You are one of our top creators in this program. We are not looking at numbers. We are looking at people who create high quality, good quality content, and you're one of our top creators with C4. And my goal for you is to be a full signed athlete, meaning like having the same type of contract that like a professional athlete would have with C4. He was like, my end goal is for you to have that type of contract, and I want you a part of the C4 family. I want you to go to C4's headquarters in Austin. You know, I want you to do more events with C4. Got invited to a private event that they are going to be hosting like towards the end of the year. And I literally just got signed 2 months ago. Literally. And this guy was like, I've been looking at your content ever since you applied. I love your content. I love your energy. I love how you're positive. You don't give up. Like you're really trying. You're really fit for a brand. Even though you don't do fitness content, I love that you stand out. You are yourself. I stand out because I am myself. And that's really why I'm, you know, C4.
But to bring it back to things like C4, just understand as a content creator, that's where everybody's trying to go with it. There's a lot of money in this stuff, and I know people would like to say this was in the past, but it was a very big turning point with things like Vine. You just got to really see how much money there is out here to do this stuff, and just do your thing. It's coming. Like everybody, like I said, has their own audience. Just stay consistent. Like she mentioned, don't put yourself back by not doing what you know you need to do today. You have no idea what your pathway looks like if you're just on it and consistent. Consistency definitely is a big thing. Like, just think of followers as just like people that are just waiting for you to come out with stuff. You might stop watching The Walking Dead if they just, let's say, I don't know what their like schedule was of releasing the shows, but let's say they were every Friday. If they haven't like dropped the show, dropped the episode in like 4 months, well, I'll just stop checking it. Stop checking it. So.
Yes.
I have a quick question. So I'm pretty sure I accidentally destroyed my engagement. So I make music. Music is my original platform and everything, but I've always wanted to do streaming and gaming. And I wasn't aware that once you post other content in every game, if people don't like it, right, they're not going to engage. Do you have any tips or advice for somewhat mending that?
Go back to like don't fix what's not broken. So if music is like how you build your audience, I would go back to that. Like it's like a child, right?
Yeah.
Your audience is a child, right? I don't know if you guys have parents that force feed you guys foods that you did not want to eat, right? That's really what you're doing with your audience. When you build your audience on a certain niche and then you try to change it to a different niche, you are forcing your audience to accept this content. And these people are like, I didn't follow you for this content, I followed you for that content. I feel like I'm watching something I do not like. If I want to watch this, I want to follow somebody else for that. Unless you can like slowly, you know, it's like putting vegetables, trying to feed your kid vegetables. You're not gonna feed them raw vegetables. No, you're gonna make it taste good. So they're like, oh damn, like I really fucks with this broccoli because it tastes good. Not feed them raw broccoli. That's literally how content is. You want to blend your different niches together in a soft manner, so your audience doesn't feel overwhelmed and feel like they're being forced to watch something that's not the reason why they follow you for.
Okay. Okay. The blending. I would have also said prior to her mentioning the blending, so that's like it meets halfway. I would have just said if it's something you want, I believe in listen to your heart on what it is you want to create. Like, if you know you want to create this and you want to drop this, well, it's my page. And I don't mean to get like sassy with it, but like,
especially if engagement is
engagement
what
back.
people look for, right? If your engagement is down because you're trying to gradually veer off and showing like, hey, I can do this other stuff. I feel like there's almost no, I don't want to say no point, but if your engagement is dead or down, right?
you talking Walking Dead? You just gone?
Yes, he said it's dead.
You know, I'm trying to resurrect
He
it.
says it's like he's dead in One Piece. Like you got that Red Goku dead, you got that Dono dead.
Dang. Well then, yeah, just go back to square one with what you knew, built it in the first place. Be consistent enough to, I would, just try it. I mean, it worked in the first place. If you need to do something that worked once, you can do it again.
So if your audience doesn't like what you're trying to force feed it, I would just make a separate channel for that niche, because it sounds like those two niches aren't blending together. Make the music channel your music channel, or abandon it.
Go for IG stuff, like Instagram. You know,
For what?
just make another Instagram.
Yeah. And just have it in the bio. Just be like streaming and gaming.
What's the name of the guy? There's a white guy. He's got like 5 channels.
White man.
No.
Not
to get an understanding of doing diversity, he's the best example. He's the number one YouTuber.
Oh, Mr. Beast.
Yeah, and he downloads his stuff in other languages, bro.
But you got like a whole team of people.
Yeah.
He dropped like millions of dollars on one video. I'm over here trying to find money.
That's how he did it, though. He built his audience, and then he's taking his money and he's putting it back into his channel. That's why he has a team of people.
I'd be shocked when sometimes he said, I saw a video, like, I think he was like, he put like $3 million down on a video, and he was getting sweating because it was like 100K was the only, was what he was getting back. And it's just like, wait a second, I put $3 million, what happened to return on investment?
That's so.
We had a question.
Yeah, over there, and then I'll you. Yes.
It wasn't really a question, it was kind of playing on what you were saying. I kind of agree with the, not switching niches and, switching to a group, but I also like what you were saying, about like following support and like just posting what you want to post, because I also make music and I want to do a lot more than that. But I think that if we were to change, yes, people are going to fall off, but I think that you can keep the audience.
That's good.
And you kind of, I suppose that it's going to have to toughen out that drop of engagement and just like, be consistent with what you want to do, and then people are going to find that. That's my.
Yeah, and I want to aid that with one more thing, and I kind of use this as a philosophy for myself too. Understand, we're here, if you want to get philosophical or whatever, like just what this is, we're here. I'm not trying to convert nobody, I'm not trying to go into Corinthians, brought to you by C4, C's for Corinthians. Listen guys, no, but my philosophy on it is, look, generally from our understanding of why we're here one time. You would, as a creator, if you knew you only had one chance to be here and get out whatever it is that's in your system that you want these people to see, what would it be? That's just how I go about it. So it's just like, if you leave, go ahead, but I got something brewing in me, and it's not gas. It's a I got that content in me. You gotta believe in yourself before everybody else believes in you, and I do believe, like what you said, yes, people will leave, but other people who mess with that combination of what does mesh and what didn't mesh for the other audience will stay. So that's just how you gotta do it.
7 billion people on the planet.
Yeah, 8 now, I think. I didn't mean to be like.
No. Yeah, out of that billion, who's yours?
You had a question?
It wasn't really a question, but it was just for like everyone in general. I went to the algorithm thing earlier, and they was telling us like when you start out to like basically the more you can visualize your specific audience, the better your content will be. Meaning like the more you'll be able to take off. Because if you have like a specific group of people that you want to reach and you know exactly who you're trying to talk to, then it's a lot easier to build off of that and eventually like branch off.
You're absolutely right. I agree with that. I was an invited guest for VidCon. So VidCon is like a convention for like TikTokers and influencers. And one thing that the apps did tell us in these like little creator lounges is the algorithm wants to push your content to people that wants to view your content. And I know the creator of TikTok also said this too, that like for TikTok, they want to push your videos to people who like these certain niches. That's why on your For You page, it's for you, because whatever type of content you're constantly looking at, even if you don't like it or comment, you're still looking at it. That's still a form of engagement. It's gonna push more of those type of videos, or on the Instagram Explore page, like those type of creators will be pushed on your Explore page because they want to push the right content to the right audience. And I mean, I agree with Metro about like following your heart and stuff, because I mean, like I said, I started from like that to this, but the time period that I did it at, it was perfect because there was not as many creators as there are now, so it's easier for me to like go through the butterfly process of like, you know, being a little worm, and then like you crystallize yourself, and then, you know, I was like, oh, I don't really like my wings, I'm crystallizing myself. Oh, I don't like my wings, I'm a crystal. Oh, I finally like how I look, I like how my brand is, this is who I want to be. And it worked for me because it was like the timing as well. Right now is probably the hardest time to be a content creator because there's so many people trying to be a content creator, and it's a little bit more difficult to kind of like tough it out. Like you know, where you're saying like the engagement is low, my audience is not like, yes, you can post whatever you want. Yes, you can force feed your audience. But if you want engagement, on the logical side, if you want engagement, you want those brand deals, you want your numbers to go up, then you have to follow the algorithm system just to get where you want to get. And it's better to make separate accounts than to try to force your audience to watch or view something that they don't want to watch. That's the thing, we're all trying to eat, right? So our brand is a business. Unless you're doing it for fun, then yeah, it's a fuck you, I'm supposed to do whatever I want. But if it is a business account, you have to do it the proper, professional way.
It change every single month, so you have to keep following it. If you don't know when it's going to change.
Yeah. Any more questions?
I didn't really have a question, but just to piggyback off of this, because this is kind of what I went to school for, but TikTok, I know specifically, they actually push your first 3 videos, I think, because they're trying to get information off of what demographics basically is feeding off your information. So the best that you can help the algorithm, the best it can help you, basically. It's not, I know sometimes it can seem like it's working against us, but really it is like something you just kind of have to dig into a little bit to get that leeway from an audience that you have grown to then be able to be like, okay, now let me try to introduce something.
And if you're trying to grow, yeah, there's just, I think TikTok was one of those apps where the way they make people grow is just rare. So, yeah, so it's just like, yeah, and it's like, word on the street is, I don't know if this is true, but about this time next year, TikTok won't be a thing anymore, I think. Didn't that dude like go to court and like freak out and lost everything? What happened?
I don't think they lost everything. They were trying to pass other laws.
Well, certain states are trying to ban TikTok, but it's really not legal what they're trying to do.
But if that is a thing, just know, if it, let's say it is leaving next year, get on it and just push content out. Try it, make stuff
Get on
stick.
different apps too. Oh, I forgot to mention. Oh, go ahead.
Was that what you were talking about?
No,
I was like, how many of y'all still use Threads? Y'all think it's gonna die? Are you still using Threads? You were the only person in the room that
It was like cool for like a second, but the interface wasn't that good for people to really stay on it. People got
It was cool because it had to do with the drama. Oh, Mark and Elon is fighting the lawsuit. You're cheating. You're cheating. You can't. All right, now we don't.
So, I want to clarify this. What I learned, every app has a different audience. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, all the main apps that you use, they all have different types of users, different demographics. The stuff I post on Instagram does not always do well on my TikTok. The stuff I post on my TikTok does not always do well on my Instagram. Certain cosplays do well on my TikTok, certain cosplays do well on my Instagram. I mean, Twitter is just it's just fucking, it's a zoo out there. So listen, Twitter is just for fucking around shit. Literally, it's either fighting, fucking, or politics. That's literally what Twitter is about. We all know it. Come on now, that's the truth. And you know, Threads. I don't know what the fuck Threads trying to do. I think they're just trying to be like a cooler version of Twitter. But I don't know. You get your Twitter, you get your Threads account deleted, you get your Instagram account deleted. So So y'all know that.
Yeah, they locked you in.
Yeah,
This
they
is
locked you
an
in that
account.
contract.
Done. And it is 5 o'clock. This panel is officially over. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Where's the after party? You said what? Yeah, this message me for it. I got your
Oh. That stream. That's what you're blacklisting me.
Oh yeah, that account going. That account so far gone. Thank you. For sure, y'all. I just find out where the after party at. I was nervous about the panel this whole time. That we was done. I need my drink. I need my costume. Yeah, you Texas, you know what it is, man. You can't sleep, bro. We can't sleep out here. No problem. No problem. Thank you guys for coming. No problem, man. Thank y'all for coming, man. Yeah, just go and make content. Just do your thing, and it's gonna eventually come together. There's nothing you can do.
And Mosey, like, I'm getting into film production. I didn't get into my film production class. It's really competitive for the end.
The class or is it a school?
The class, like the major. I didn't get accepted to it, so I got sent to like some communications majors. I was working at the film area, but ever since then I was like on that smoke, and I was like, I don't feel like editing stuff and all that. But then I decided to start vlogging for this trip. So I'm start editing and trying to.
That's the starting point right there. You just gotta make sure you're on it. And like even me, I've tried vlogging before. Sometimes you don't want to do it, but especially if you want to be your own boss, you just have to have that. You gotta have that system. It's unfortunate that it's a thing, but it's also like getting ready for school. You know, you didn't go home, man. You know, pretty much dropped out. Someone gotta go there. Yeah, man, I really appreciate you coming. We're always at the giveaway, really. I check everything. So, if you got any questions, feel free to ask me. Metro with 2 Yeah, man. All right. Nice meeting you, bro.
Hi, what's your name?
Metro. Michael's my real name, but I go by Metro. Yeah. What's poppin' with you, brother? We chillin'. Brought to you by C4. You know? I don't know if it's still recording, but yeah.
Yes, man, bro.
I appreciate it, man. Bro, to be honest with you, from a creator's perspective, if you're somebody that's trying to put a panel together, I was nervous as hell this morning, bro. Hey, you know how happy I need to know where the after party is. I need my drink because it's over.
Bro, you was singing last song last
Oh yeah, that too. I was at karaoke. I was thinking about karaoke.
I was singing his ass off.
Half of my